Hello students, welcome back again in this ROSE project. ROSE project is conducted by Ray Shikshan Samstha's Sadhguru Gadge Maharaj College Karad. Myself, Mr. Maske NP. I am here to teach you subject chemistry. My topic is topic number 4, that is chemical thermodynamics. In previous video lecture, we completed concept of spontaneous process. After that, we discuss about energy and spontaneity, also entropy and spontaneity. In this video lecture, that is, this is my last lecture, lecture number 8. Our first point is gives energy. So let's start. It is necessary to determine enthalpy and entropy, especially change in entropy of system and change in entropy of surrounding for predict spontaneity of the chemical reaction. It is convenient to consider the criteria of spontaneity in terms of thermodynamics properties of system. This problem is solved by American scientist J.W. Gibbs, and he introduced a new thermodynamic property is called as Gibbs energy, and it is denoted by letter capital G, and it is defined as G is equal to H minus T into S. This is equation number first, where H is for enthalpy, S for entropy, and T for temperature. We are already know that enthalpy, entropy, and the temperature all are the state function. Hence, Gibbs energy is also a state function. Alternatively, it explains that Gibbs energy means maximum amount of energy is available to do work. कार्य करण्यासाठी लागणारी जास्तीत जास्त ऊर्जा, त्याला आपण गिब्स एनर्जी म्हणतो. The Gibbs energy depends on initial and final state of system. The change in Gibbs energy at constant temperature and pressure is given by an equation delta G is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. This is equation number 2. Now, next point is Gibbs energy and spontaneity. The total entropy change to that process is given by delta S total is equal to delta S system plus delta S surrounding. त्यानंतर delta S system, it is replaced by delta S only because we are dealing with only system. So delta S surrounding is remains as it is. This is our equation number first. SYS means system, refers to a system. Then relation between delta G and delta S total. According to second law of thermodynamics, for the spontaneous process, we already know that total entropy of system and its surrounding increases in the spontaneous process. This is the statement of second law of thermodynamics. So delta S total, it is greater than 0. So having a positive value for spontaneous process. If delta H is the change in enthalpy of reaction, the enthalpy change to that surrounding is minus delta H. It means enthalpy change for surrounding is minus delta H, and enthalpy change for system is plus delta H. Okay. Now, delta S surrounding is equal to minus delta H divided by T. Substitute this value above equation into equation number 4.36. Means delta S total is equal to delta S system plus delta S surrounding. So delta S total is equal to delta S system plus minus delta H divided by T. Thus, delta S total is expressed in terms of properties of system only, and rearranging means this equation, it is multiplied by minus t or plus t to the both side of the equation. Then we get T delta S total is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. Then we already know that change in Gibbs energy, that is delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So final equation delta G is equal to minus T into delta S total. Here at constant temperature, the equation suggests that delta G having a plus sign and delta S total having negative sign, means these are opposite to each other. Hence, for spontaneous process, delta S total is greater than 0, means delta S total having a positive value and delta G having a negative value at constant temperature and pressure, then Gibbs energy of system decreases in the spontaneous process because delta S total and delta G having opposite sign. If delta S total positive, then delta G is negative for spontaneous process. The spontaneity for second law is number 1, delta S total greater than 0 means having a positive value, then delta G having a negative value, then the process is spontaneous. Okay, then delta S total having a negative value and delta G having a positive value, the process is non-spontaneous, that is reversible. Now, third condition is if delta S total is equal to 0 and delta G also equal to 0, the process is at equilibrium. Now, next point is spontaneity and delta H or delta S. The expression for change in Gibbs energy at constant temperature and pressure delta G is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. The temperature term determines relative contribution of delta H and delta S to delta G. Number 1, delta H and delta S both are negative. Then delta G will be negative. When delta H more negative than T into delta S, this is possible at low temperature only. Now, second case is delta H and delta S both are positive, then delta G is negative. If T into delta S greater than delta H, this is possible at high temperature only. This is second condition for spontaneity and delta H or delta S. Third condition is delta H is negative and delta S is positive, then delta G is equal to negative regardless of temperature. Means this process is spontaneous. If delta G is negative, this process is considered to be spontaneous process. Now, fourth condition is delta H is equal to positive and delta S is equal to negative, then delta G is equal to positive regardless of temperature, non-spontaneous at all temperature. Means delta G is positive, then process is always non-spontaneous, that is reversible. This is the four condition regarding criteria of spontaneity and delta H or delta S. Next point is temperature of equilibrium. For equilibrium, delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. This is the original forms of change in Gibbs energy. Then rearrange this equation, means at equilibrium we already know that delta G is equal to 0. Then 0 is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Then rearranging this, T is equal to delta H divided by delta S. T is the temperature at which the change from spontaneous to non-spontaneous behavior, and delta H and delta S are independent of temperature. Introduce of temperature dependent of delta H or delta S not cause significant error for moderate temperature. This is the concept of temperature of equilibrium. Next point is Gibbs function and equilibrium constant. Gibbs energy change for a chemical reaction is given by delta G is equal to standard Gibbs energy change, that is delta G naught plus RT natural logarithm Q. This is equation number first. This is equation which is already given to us, where delta G naught is equal to standard Gibbs energy change. Standard condition means the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, that is 298 Kelvin, and pressure is 1 bar. This is the standard condition and it is indicated by naught. The Gibbs energy change when the reactant and product in reaction are in their standard state. Standard state means 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure. Q is the reaction quotient and Q is analogous to that equilibrium constant. It involves non-equilibrium concentration or partial pressure in case of gaseous reaction. Means Q is the reaction quotient. It is indicated by two types, that is QC and QP. P term is used for partial pressure in case of gaseous reaction. And QC is the non-equilibrium concentration. Okay, these are the two types of Q, that is reaction quotient. Consider a general equation, small a capital A plus small b capital B, which gives small c capital C plus small d capital D. Then our original forms of change in Gibbs energy is equal to delta G naught plus RT natural logarithm QC. Here I am indicated as a QC for non-equilibrium concentration when reactant and product exist in solid and liquid state. So at equilibrium, so substitute this delta G naught plus RT natural logarithm QC means C to the power C, D to the power D divided by A to the power A, B to the power B. This is the form of QC. Then next point is delta G is equal to delta G naught RT natural logarithm QP. So delta G naught as it is plus RT natural logarithm PC to the power C into PD to the power D divided by PA to the power A into PB to the power B. Because reaction quotient are considered in a two types, QC and QP, and QC having a equation this and QP having equation this. When reaction reaches to the equilibrium, then delta G is equal to 0. We already know that. Then QC and QP becomes KC and KP respectively. Thus, delta G is equal to 0. Then 0 is equal to delta G naught plus RT natural logarithm KC, and 0 is equal to standard Gibbs energy change plus RT natural logarithm KP. Here QC is replaced by KC and QP is replaced by KP. Or delta G naught is equal to minus RT natural logarithm KC and delta G naught is equal to minus RT natural logarithm Kp. Or we have to convert natural log into simple log having a base 10, then having a value of 2.303. If we convert natural log into simple logarithm having a base 10, so delta G naught is equal to minus sign remain as it is 2.303 RT log to the base 10 Kc, and delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log to the base 10 Kp, log to the base 10 having a value 2.303. Now let us start with the some numerical. So numerical number 4.17, for a certain reaction, change in enthalpy, that is standard enthalpy, is minus 224 kilojoule and standard entropy change is minus 153 joule per Kelvin. At what temperature the change over from spontaneous to non-spontaneous will occur? Now T is equal to delta H naught divided by delta S naught in standard condition. So delta H not having a value minus 224 kilojoule, and delta S not having a value minus 153 joule per Kelvin. Here we have to convert joule into kilojoule. So delta S not having a value minus 0.153 kilojoule per Kelvin. Therefore, T is equal to, substitute this value into this equation, then we get T is equal to minus 224 kilojoule divided by minus 0.153 joule per Kelvin. So it gives plus 1464 Kelvin. The answer is plus 1464 Kelvin. Since delta H naught and delta S naught are both negative, the reaction is spontaneous at low temperature. Okay, the change over will occur at 1464 Kelvin. The reaction is spontaneous below 1464 Kelvin. Okay, this is our problem number 4.17. Now next problem is for a reaction CH4 existing gas, H2 gas, which gives C2H6 gas. So Kp is equal to 3.356 into 10 to the power 17. Calculate standard Gibbs energy change for the reaction at 25 degrees Celsius. Now let us start with the solution. Our original equation for standard Gibbs energy change, delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log to the base 10 Kp, because we have to use here Kp. All reactant and product are exist in gaseous phase, so we have to use Kp term. So value of R is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Temperature is 298 Kelvin. Kp having a value 3.356 into 10 to the power 17. Substitute this value to the equation. Delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log to the base 10 Kp. Then we get delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 into 8.314 into 298 into log to the base 10 3.356 into 10 to the power 17. Then substitute this minus 2.303 into 8.314 joule per mole into 298 log to the base 10 3.356 into 10 to the power 17 having a value 17.526. Then calculate this, we get a answer, final answer, that is minus 10000 joule per mole. Okay, so we have to convert joule into kilojoule. So we get final answer minus 100 minus 100 kilojoule per mole. Okay, this is the equation or problem number 4.18. This is all regarding chapter, that is chemical thermodynamics. Hopefully you have completely understood chemical thermodynamics chapter. Thank you.